It's about the American experience in the 20th century. I've written a multi-generational family memoir that tries to portray my family as a metaphor for society at large. And what I noticed in writing the book and in the inspiration for the book, which was my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, is that there is this pattern from one generation to the next of trying to strike a balance between individual freedom in American life and community integrity. And what sparked the book was that we were all struggling to understand how my parents managed to stay together for 50 years because they are such different kinds of people. And then I realized that among my 5 siblings and myself, we are such different people too, from my Oliver North brother to my Hillary Clinton sister and everyone in between. And yet we have managed to remain pretty tight-knit. And then I remembered the stories of my grandparents from both sides, from Italy and from Poland. And their very decisions to immigrate to this country in the first place were ferocious fights, or the result of ferocious arguments between those who desperately wanted to break free from the old worlds, from the old way of life, and those who desperately, just as desperately, wanted to keep the family or the community intact. So my epiphany was that even before people arrive in America, they come with this tension. And that is the legacy that is passed down from one generation to the next. And we each have our own stories about how we manage to discover ourselves as individuals within America, within the broader social society, how we find our place, where do we fit in, and what does it mean to be American? And so the conclusion that I came to was that being American means discovering yourself as an individual, but within the context of the broader community. So finding how you can uniquely contribute to the greater good as an individual, and sustaining that paradox of an individualism that is ultimately dependent on everyone else. Because if there isn't a broader community or society to find yourself in, you ultimately cannot reach your full potential as an individual either. So it is that tension that we all struggle with. And that's what I wanted to explore. And I figured, well, what better place to start portraying that story than with your own family? And ideally, I would love to write more stories about other families that represent different strains of American society and that offer their own unique nuggets and pearls of wisdom to extract from this common experience that we all share.